Over the past few years, the WWE has had its fair share of average to less than average shows. None have historically been more average than the stipulation-based PLEs, your Fatal 4-Ways, Hell in a Cells, and of course, Elimination Chamber. But recently, with a shift towards only having a few of these a year, it's really given certain ones that time to shine, namely Money in the Bank and the subject of this video, Elimination Chamber. Elimination Chamber's importance has been skyrocketing recently, with sales for the upcoming Perth event already in excess of 45,000 before a single match has even been announced. This is looking to be one of the biggest shows of the year, and with their willingness to host a show like this at a capacity 60,000 stadium when in AFL mode, which for my non-Australians here, we play our football, which it sucks. It's not a fun game. On like a huge oval. So theoretically, the capacity for this could be closer to 65, 70,000. Not to mention last year's Elimination Chamber seeing one of the biggest matches of the year and the culmination of one of the biggest moments of the year in Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns, after Sami Zayn turned on the Bloodline at the Royal Rumble. Not to mention a decent card built around it. So that really begs the question, is the Elimination Chamber still a B show? With the big topic of discussion at the moment being, will Roman Reigns versus The Rock be at WrestleMania or the Elimination Chamber? It seems that there's a lot of discussion about how it's too big of a match for a B show. Whereas I would argue, and I might be biased because I'll be there, if The Rock versus Roman Reigns is on the card, is it a B show? If there's 60,000 people in attendance, is it still a B show? And why are we so okay with the concept of a B show? These are all PLEs. Elimination Chamber is a PLE, just like WrestleMania is a PLE. The Royal Rumble is a PLE, the same way Backlash is a PLE. These crowds deserve big matches too. It's not fair. It's not fair that these are seen as throwaways. It's a huge stadium for a crowd whose history with the WWE, being the Australian crowd, isn't that strong. If we look to Super Showdown with a main event featuring 60-year-old Undertaker and 50-year-old about to retire Triple H, ages may vary from what they actually are, you'll see that Australia tends to be a crowd that gets things late. Along with the show being in Perth, which isn't exactly the hottest tourism spot down here, it is a hard sell to fill out this stadium. And I think one of the best things you could do is show your company's star power, show your company's draw power, and take one of your biggest matches ever and say, look, we can put this on your card. We can say, hey, we care about these international audiences. We care about filling these seats. We aren't just here for the payday, and really make a big deal of something which to the US audience might be a B show, but to us, this is our A show. This is our WrestleMania. I'm also personally of the opinion that there shouldn't be any B shows in the road to WrestleMania. Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, and WrestleMania, all A shows. This is the hottest time of the year to be a fan. It is when everyone's watching. It is when everyone's paying attention, and they should be putting their best foot forward always. Now, Elimination Chamber over the years hasn't had the best reputation, but in the past 2 years, maybe I'm not familiar with 2021, if they even had one. I don't know what was going on there. We've seen a definite uptick in the quality of an Elimination Chamber as it rightfully takes its place as the show heading into WrestleMania. It sets everything up. It gets people the most excited. The Royal Rumble has always been seen as the setup, and the Elimination Chamber or No Way Out or whatever came next was usually seen as filler. That doesn't make any sense. This is your show. This is your send home PLE for WrestleMania. Make it big. Put The Rock versus Roman in the main event of a huge stadium and let them go at it. I might also note that with the Australian crowd, you actually get one of the least cynical crowds you could have for a WWE show. You're not going to get the same sort of fan you get in the US who understands that The Rock shouldn't be in the main event. He understands that The Rock probably isn't going to win. These people down here, a lot of people are disenfranchised. A lot of people don't really care what's going on, but they hear The Rock and they think, I need to see him. I need to see The Rock live. All in all, I think this is just biased ramblings from me because I want to see The Rock live and I want to see The Rock versus Roman Reigns happen right in front of my eyes. But I do think the discourse around A shows and B shows tends to be a little biased towards your WrestleManias and your Royal Rumbles to the point where people these days, Seth won the title how many months ago? And the moment he won it, people just assumed he wouldn't lose it until WrestleMania because you can't have a world champion lose their title anywhere else anymore. And I think we, as the fans, should demand more from the other shows instead of demanding that they save everything for WrestleMania. Say, I want to have a reason to watch a Backlash. I want to have a reason to watch Survivor Series. And if I don't, then what's the point? Why do I tune in for the rest of the year when the important stuff only happens in this little 3-month cycle? Either way, that's my 2 cents on the old Rock versus Roman Elimination Chamber situation. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one.